Well, first at 6, people in Colchester are demanding changes to an intersection following a deadly car crash earlier in the week. It's the second time in just over a year someone has died in a crash at that particular intersection. ABC 22's Matt Holderman spoke with people in the neighborhood, and he joins us live in Colchester with a look at what changes they want to see. Matt?
Well, Mike, when I was here on Monday night, just over an hour after that crash happened, I actually had a couple of people walk up to me right then and there. And they told me when that crash happened at this intersection last year in June, they begged Vermont's Agency of Transportation to make changes at that time, like putting up warning signs or even a traffic light over the intersection, perhaps lowering the speed limit a little bit. And while VTrans did end up lowering the speed limit by just 5 miles per hour, the people in this neighborhood now tell me that was not good enough.
What I saw that evening was horrific.
This past Monday night at US Route 2 and Clay Point Road, there was a crash involving 2 pickup trucks. Police say one of them left the road, slamming into the other, and one of the drivers, 33-year-old Nicholas Ringett, was killed. The crash shook much of the neighborhood to its core.
It wasn't what I saw, it was what I heard. It was a god-awful impact.
For some living nearby, it was a sight and sound all too familiar.
It brought back vivid memories of a year ago of losing a woman who lived with us.
June 22nd, 2022, 64-year-old Deborah Warner and her dog Piper were killed in a crash at the exact same intersection, and a memorial filled with flowers and crosses can still be seen there to this day. Warner's untimely death shattered the world of her good friend Luba Routson, but also sparked motivation for Routson to make change.
After Deb died, I didn't want her to die in vain, nor did I want to see anybody else die at that intersection.
With support from the Colchester Select Board and Police Department, Routson and other people in the neighborhood went to Vermont's Agency of Transportation asking for improved traffic safety measures at the intersection and along Route 2. They wanted caution signs, traffic lights, and the speed limit lowered to 45 miles per hour, all backed by a stern warning.
Oh, well, a very clear message of this will happen again. We all said it will happen. We've all had near misses on that road.
Despite their efforts, Routson says VTrans did not give them what they wanted. The agency lowered the speed limit from 55 to 50 and elected to keep stop signs on Clay Point Road instead of traffic lights. The cause of the recent crash is under investigation, and it's not clear if a traffic light would have made a difference. But Routson and other community members are now echoing the same message they had 1 year ago and demanding the same safety changes be made once again.
Now we find ourselves 1 year later in the exact same spot. We need to wake up if we want more people here in the state of Vermont.
As human beings, we're all responsible for taking care of one another and trying to do as best we can to make sure that accidents like this are avoidable. I implore those powers that be, put their parental hat, put their human hat on here and do something about it.
And I have been in touch with the Agency of Transportation for 2 days now, and they did not make themselves available for an interview, but they did, however, send me this statement from State Traffic Engineer Ian DeGuttis, reading in part, quote, "Last year, the Vermont Traffic Committee reduced the speed limit from 55 miles per hour to 50 for the stretch of roadway that includes the intersection with Clay Point Road. While the committee did hear a request for a greater reduction in posted speed limit, their decision also took into account roadway character, driver behavior, and the limited effectiveness of changing a posted speed limit without any changes of character to the roadway. Driver compliance with posted speed limits is a law enforcement matter." And again, this crash from Monday is still being investigated, and for now there won't be any further changes to the intersection here of US 2 and Clay Point Road. That is, unless we do see another similar push to what we saw last year in the future from people living in this area, and if that is also backed by support from towns nearby here as well. But I'll be sure to provide any updates if we get them. But for now, live in Colchester, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.